Let's go. Tracks in the snow. What hope, Drums? Don't ever say that again, sir. Thank you. You're giving you something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. Sounds like a rather tall order. Since you asked, we're to scout the air ruins for survivor. What, wander around ice fields? On the off chance you'll find someone? It'll take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my piece of more system. My telescope. Come, friends. I know just the spot to begin. I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him. I'm very tired. Did I mention it's been 20 hours? Well, no, I've been live 20 hours. Reality is, I've been up for 20... Yeah, I've been up for 22 hours so far. See, the stream needs to reach 24. Or better yet, 25, because an hour of that... The first hour of the stream is literally just sitting here waiting for the, waiting for the button to be able to be pushed or to play the game, play the expansion. Waiting for that. So I don't know if I should count that as an actual hour of the stream, or just cut that out and be like, yeah, I gotta be up for pretty much 25 hours. I spy on my, well, it'd be 2 hours, it'd be 24 if I've been awake for 24 hours. I mean, the streaming will only be at 22. Why with my little telescope? A massive sheep thing, or maybe cow? Not what we're after either way. Is that an ether current? I don't know, just want to sweat. Other than that, it's all snow, but... But lo, what do I see around there? Who's this ticket? That's a girl. Survivor, show us. Over there, behind that tree. It looks like she's running away from something. But it's certainly not us. Wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. I could tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress. A rather fetching one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. I'll tell Lucia. I'll let Lucia know where you're heading. Oh, and take these warming with you. Poor girl must be chilled to the bone, but not on the verge of freezing to death. It's actually very thoughtful. Thank you, but won't you need some for yourself? No, I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. At least we forget. The very reason we are here is to protect these lands. Now go and Godspeed. Like I said, if it gets any worse, if I actually start, like, losing my mind because of lack of sleep, because I've been awake way beyond what I should, natural human, and I will actually make it up somehow tomorrow that time. Trail of fresh footprints. Appear to be the same as those you saw previously and lead towards the... getting closer and sort of it. At first, we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been opened in some time. Still, might still be nearby. We'll keep looking around here. Then again, it's also possible that she ran right past this place, pushing up ahead. The guy in the jacket is a monk. I can tell by his hands. That's the one weapon. The resistant weapon. Girl in the green ring anxiously surveys her. Were you to call out to her from a distance might attract wild beasts to your location. Safe to get closer for drawing her. What? Follow the girl. Did you? Why do I do not. I actually got a close up of that. Ah, still in one piece. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. Friend Ronald, we have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone. My work. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Galamon. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all this. You did this. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Lalafell are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Galamon, and they won't stop until they destroy the entire world. And we are our enemy. On our way, counting Imperial soldiers who have been made their thralls. Souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we met who wasn't already enslaved. How are you able to escape the Lalafell's influence? Are there others like you? Sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's introductions. Can you tell me your name? Oh, down, people. My name is... As for how I managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question. Ever since that night, and the roar, that terrible roar, and then the screams. I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure, I can't. Yeah, it's the echo, I bet. Then came the silence. Everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one day. I ran past friends, people I'd known all my life, eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers. The day to watch. I fled as far as my legs could take me. Family here? Is this our home? No, this is Victor Spoils. A mansion for retired soldiers, or it was, but now me and a few others are borrowing. As for the explosions, I was like, wanted to keep everyone's else safe, and I didn't know if you were. The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you're here to help. Whatever assistance we could provide, we will. I better tell the others first, though. Does everyone? You can be trusted, but these are desperate times. We'd be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, we're you to provide us with means of heating the place. As a sign of goodwill, perhaps we you out of your word. That is too much to ask. Then leave us be. We put our firewood gathering skills to use. A little magic. We'll have a fire burning in no time. May we build under the gazebo? Oh, you mean the bower? Yes, just it was. Oh! That 84? There's 84. Look at that melee mastery. That means I have access to. That was a trade. Everything just got a zillion times more powerful. Abnormally more powerful. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happened. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all the running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in a far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more food, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health. Which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? Oh. What the? Hey! Look at that! It's a radio. It's a radio, but it's powered by a rock? Some kind of stone? I could treat their frostbite, their wounds, but it would take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make use of Owen's tingers, ones that can warm the body from inside out. You make sure everyone gets one. Numbness is beginning to subside, though I suspect once the fire dies, it will burn with a vengeance. Harming? I've never heard of such a thing. No harming? Have you heard aught of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what happened, it's nothing but ruins now. The few buildings still standing offers no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification, the magic tech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What machina that remain operational can be? One for a lack of cerorium, for the stuff for all the good it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extraction or refinement. All is well, yes, never better. Poison? It's a joke. If I laugh, 'tis that I may not weep, said the poet. Alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek to fall. We are the blessed damned to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren is lie dead or live as the puppets of flesh. First came the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. And cataclysm, gunfire, explosions, and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. For the rubble rose, the disheveled remnants, their lavish refinery caked in ash as they shuffled mindlessly towards the palace, each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. I hope a few tried to reason with the deranged, sorry to be beaten for their kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for a final judgment. So I'll drink it. It's a radio. You don't have them where you're from, I take it. Use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distance. I mean, I know whatever. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. Made with quality components crafted with the finest ore. Sourced from Locus Amonis. Not all that useful since the capital fell in the room. The people at the broadcasting station must have either fled or ended up like all the others, because all we've been hearing is the same music played over and over. Home beyond the horizon, old brave men and women set to reclaim our ancestral homeland. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hoped to take back what was once ours. It is a solemn reminder that though we may suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Rivera yet lives, and he speaks to us through our radios. It was a cunning strategy, faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself. That he may one day make his triumphant return. Emperor Varus not be defeated so easily. I mean, anybody want to tell him the truth? Anyone? Yeah, anybody want to tell him the truth? What's that? Thank you, I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Latron? I saw heading towards the landing space a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Yeah, broken glass, you call it. Bravely on our men around there now. How did you reach the mountains? Airship. Then there must be a way too. Where is it? Something around. Way into the house. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to settlements. Some here are been known to attack people. I just had an idea. If you and your friends are strong enough to defeat the pose a threat, If you don't mind to continue helping us, perhaps you could head to the other side of the lake. There's a small group of tappers living there. People whose job was to extract thorium. They still do, from what they could tell. I've already tried asking if they would share the fuel with us, but they're willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food, and that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough cerium to last until the others are strong enough to travel into your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies. There might be another way to pay the tax. They probably have sick in there. Like the weak. Each tapper's den, you'll have to cross the lake. It's thick enough to support a person's weight. If you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky too. It's easier to look for someone standing guard outside, however you decide. Wow. Thanks for the raid, trucking cowboy. Who goes there? How did you find us? Walked around till I found you. What do you mean I stand out like a Thor thumb? Huh. The pure bloods over at Victor Spoils hadn't given away our location. You'd never have found us. They're stuck up. Though they thought they could come waltzing in here demanding Sorian with nothing to offer in return. Now the capital's gone. Out. So they resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game. They got another thing coming. Oh, okay, there's a fight. I mean, it was already spoiled the moment someone came here to start this. It's okay. There you are. It's up to you left. Someone asked me to go and catch up with you in case you needed a hand. Someone must have slipped that I have a little experience in transporting barrels of support. Well, hold on. So this is Trapper's Den. I'll go after you. Huh? Who are you? What happened to the guards? Rorzian and rebels here? Save the people of Galamon. That doesn't make any sense. Why in the hell would you pass up the chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess. None of you are Garlean. You were brought here from other lands. Eurobania, Axa, Baja, Dalmasca, to name a few. Some dragged here against our wills, others fed Bullock about a better life, all put to work. Tellurium. All giving the esteemed title of An, placing us firmly on the bottom rung of the ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. About the only thing that escaped, or less escaped, is the Millennium Ignis. Still sustaining us, even with our paymasters out of the picture. We hear you're experts in drawing up Saurian from the bottom of the lake. But how can you do it if it's frozen over? No, trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if Sororium is used for much these days. What with the city in ruins, we take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And though it helps starve out the cold, it does sod all about our hunger unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent we got Sororium by the barrelful. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. Certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? If we manage to get back to our homelands, there'll be nothing left for us to the Empire. The knowledge and skills we acquired working here, useless. We're staying for the time being, long as there is a need for Sororium. We'll find a way to get by, even if Galamon, as we know, is... You guys don't know. Do they not know that their homes have been liberated? Or, well, I guess they would keep that kind of information under wraps, so have no unrest, so unrest wouldn't happen. Regardless of what Isabel contingent does for the people around it, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be cause for celebration. While others, our whole way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed in the Empire reign, perhaps it is for the best that it is consigned to history. What of the ordinary people? Their lives, their stories, should they be forgotten too? I'm sure there's plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some Solarium. We're probably gonna have to do side quests here. I can tell. At the end of the trail. So you come seeking Sororium, have you? What, those purebloods up at Victor Spoil sent you? You turned to their enemies for help. They must be more desperate than I thought. Then again, Lucina's got her little sister to think about. Sister. but we only saw Lucia and 3 men. Oh, it's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needed treatment, I doubt there would be any way to get it around here. I may have refused Lucia first, thinking she'd come back with something in exchange, but I could spare them bottles worth throwing them. Consider it a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way, you hear? I can't for the life of me think why Lucia would keep her sister a secret from us, but we can ask about that after we deliver the submarine. Come on, let's hurry back. Hey, got a Reaper? Hey, someone managed to level Reaper to get into this area. Same. Like I'm gonna mess around with Reaper after the main story. Because I've done every main story expansion as Monk. So and I've been having fun with Monk since it's been redone. Alright, who's got information? This isn't right. Too quiet. I would have thought Alphino would still be treating them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. They can't have gone far. What happened? They asked me to help carry supplies, but when I followed them back here, they attacked. Caught me off guard, forced me to defend myself. I fear they fared rather worse. Yeah, fool us. We know what you're about. Vultures, that's what you're waiting in the wings for us to show weakness, then in you swoop. Here to help. What rot. All a ploy to make us lower our guard. I don't know if you've noticed. Save the arguments, we got bigger problems. I found empty medicine bottles and a bed that was still warm. It's true. Lincia was hiding her sick sister inside the house. There's no sign of either of them. Where are they? Where did they go? Away from you and yours. If you think I'll or she put it in her pockets to make it easy. Go alone. This is what they believe. This is what they've been built on. Their beliefs. Find them, but find them we must. I first need to tend to my injury. Nerves. Oh, turn you into circle. One path out of here, so that's where we'll start. Oh. They've been pretty much conditioned all their lives to believe that we're these horrible, that Borgia and such is really horrible people, that we're the monsters. Two sets of fresh footprints, young women at a size. Definitely don't. Come on. I mean, look at this thing. Imagine somebody sat around and was like, this is the monster I want to create in the game. Someone sat and thought that thing up, and what is it even called? Overgrown rose. Wait, so are you saying it's a bunch of marbles put together? Wow, I got a concussion. Thanks a lot. So anyway. The trail stops at the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this route as so not to leave footprints. I can't think of any other reason. Look at this place. It's crawling with beasts. I can only imagine how hard it must be for her ailing sister. We could really do with Alphino's help, but we can't afford to wait for him. It's like they said, they would rather die than ask for them accept our help. And that's what's gonna probably happen here. Because that's how they're conditioned. A buried piece of paper. The white paper half buried is supposed to be a flyer for a theater group. So the run of show buys it's been as long as it's ended. Oh god, this place is huge. What's that? An empty bottle? Smells faintly of alcohol. The thin coating of dirt indicates that it's been here for some time. Unlike the applicants. I thought it was a medicine bottle. fresh blood. The blood stain staining, judging by the amount. The victim southeast. Are already cold.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked. No.
Wait.
Why wouldn't they? Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic.
Welcome to Galamod.
We should have... I should have... We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Don't even bother. Don't touch the bodies.
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold. I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all.
Crazy that Varus is out there?
I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
Must have been something we could have done, but what? Should we have never come here? They still be alive? No. If we didn't come here, it would have been worse. way forward. We've already caused enough harm here. Let us return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't. All we can do now, for now, is to make our report to Lucy. Do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. Oh, side quest. Oh. Side quests. There's like under lock and code. Oh wait, let's just this. Eczema. Forgive me for saying, but the three of you appear rather drained since your return. Hang on a sec. They're telling me they have finished their preliminary search for survivors. I've refrained from saying much more than that. Yeah, we can tell you our account.
Thank you for your report. We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's 3rd Legion clashed with the 1st, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
They were tempered from the start.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing.
So nobody
presumably to
even
provide them
bothered
with
to
means and
suspect
encouragement to pursue a
Xenos
swift
did
victory,
it himself.
and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
It's like...
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
Wow.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
Oh.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varus giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
All right, yeah.
Varus spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around the radio, desperate for news concerning the Civil War, would have been spared.
So they've had a...
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
believing in...
My friends, I must speak with you. A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans?
Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Julius Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
Afraid.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I'm going with you.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.